Okay, I'm going to make this video as simple as possible to help explain how I go about doing embroidery on t-shirts, onesies, and that top item. Basically, I use a tearaway stabilizer like this. I'm using a 5x7 hoop on this. If you're using a 4x4, you probably wouldn't have to do a double piece like I'm doing, and I'll show you that in a minute. But when you're using a smaller hoop, this is an 8-inch roll. If you'll zoom back here and kind of show you, it's an 8-inch roll, and this is actually I have a Janome, so I have different size hoops that go all the way up to a 14-inch. So this is a 5.5 by 8-inch hoop. I just prefer using this one. It's kind of like my go-to hoop. So I take and use 2 pieces of it horizontally and just lay it down. If you have a issue, I tape it. And then on top of that, I would spray it. I use the Tempo spray because it does not add any residue to my needle and make it sticky, where then some of your sprays, your adhesive sprays, cause a residue to stick to your needle, and that can cause some thread breakage. So then I would spray my my stabilizer, and then I add, and I order these from the embroidery store. It's embstore.com, and these are just these are cutaway squares. I think they may be 5x7 or 4x6. I'm not sure. Let's see here. So they must be 7.5. So they must be 6 by 7.5. So, and then I would spray that and then stick this down. So this does not fit in your hoop unless you're using a smaller hoop. Then I would spray it again, and then that's how I do that portion of getting my stabilizer ready. So from that point, then I would get my shirt ready. You have usually on your hoops, there's like a center line, like that's the center here. Right here is your center on the sides. I have marks in here because I do some subway tiles, so disregard those. But then here's like your corner. Those are like your markings. I'm going to pause it for just a moment and get my shirt ready, and I'll show you from there what I do. Okay, now on my shirts, this is the right side on it. When I'm doing my shirts, I turn them inside out. You're going to have to forgive my sewing room. It is a mess. It stays this way. They say all crafters, creative crafters, have a messy tendency. So I must be really a brilliant crafter. So I turn it inside out, and there you can see the inside seams. Now I use, and this, my mother was creative genius, and she basically was sewing from the time she could reach her sewing machine on up. Now you can get these in either white or blue, and these are called tailor's chalk. Some people use pencils. Mom always used these, and it's just something that I find it easier, because every time I would use the pencils, the lead was broke in them. So this was something that's just a little easier for me. They come in 2 or 3 packs, I think, at Joann's. And they're just super easy. They flat. They don't roll off your table. It's just easier for me. So basically, I'm trying to do this one-handedly. You're going to find this is the inside of it, of your shirt. And I have the embroiderer's buddies. This is the little buddy. This is for children and infants. This is a lady's shirt, so I'm using the adult size. If you're doing a side, like a pocket area or left chest or something, you measure from the shoulder. If you're doing from the neck in the center, this is a large, ladies large, so I would put this here at the very tip top of it, if you can see, and then measure down. And that kind of gives you about where you're wanting to place the middle of your design would be, is right here. And I just put a white dot. I just do a little white dot there. And then I would kind of fold out my shirt, and I'll do a crisscross. Now this is on the inside of the shirt, and this is chalk, so once you're done, it just dusts off. So that's how I kind of, when I lay my shirt out, I'll have that cross, and I lay it on here and line up with these here. And once you've sprayed your sticky down, I just take and press it down. So I'm going to pause it here and get things ready to show you how I do that.